Stop playing therapist with a man. On dates or in a relationship, it is not your job to be opening a man up and then hearing about his problems, allowing him to vent all of his issues to you, to hear about how terrible his day was at work, to hear about all of his painful childhood trauma and how terrible his mother was to him. What this is going to do when a man communicates in this way with you is you're going to feel really heavy. You're going to be so much more in your masculine energy because you are holding all of this space for him to share this stuff with you. And that is not your role. Your role is not to be his therapist. It's not to be his mother. It's going to drain you and it's going to take you out of your feminine energy, and it's going to cause you to lose attraction for him, lose respect for him, and he is not going to be stepping up into being the man that you need him to be, where he is devoted to you and he is cherishing you. And in this video, we're going to talk about why. We're going to talk about why you may find yourself in this role, even though you don't really like it. And we can talk about what you can do about it if you find yourself in this role. Before we get into it, 1, 2, 3. Before we get into it, I will introduce myself. Hello, my name is Zach Rohde. I am here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams using your feminine energy and what I call feminine communication to inspire a man into cherishing you. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that below. Hit the notification bell and be sure to like this video because I'm going to make sure it's a really good one for you. So I hear about this from women who come on discovery calls with me all the time, where it's either a date, first date, a second date, a third date, or in a relationship. And it's so much more painful in a relationship because you have to tolerate this for years, where you are dealing with all of your man's crap and you are just listening, and like you become this emotional toilet for him. It's like it's worse than being a therapist. You're an emotional toilet for him to dump all of these yucky feelings and experiences and emotional toxicity into you so that he can feel better. That's the worst. That's the most toxic that it can get. But even if he's, communicating more cleanly and everything, if he's the one that's opening up and sharing his problems with you, you're always going to feel more masculine. You're not going to be able to be in your feminine energy when that happens. And you can feel that there's something off about it. But unfortunately, for women who were not properly cherished in childhood as little girls, they weren't given that devotion and shown that your job is to be taken care of by mommy and daddy. What happens is a lot of those little girls, maybe you, ended up going into kind of the supporting role. Like you need to play this part to make sure that mommy and daddy feel okay. And then you attract men just like that, who will absolutely waste your time and not be devoted to you. And even though you know in your body that something is off, but it doesn't feel good, you don't truly understand what's going on, so you don't do anything about it. Or if you do think that you should do something about it, well, maybe you're too scared to actually share anything. You don't want him to get defensive. You don't want to hurt his feelings. There's all kinds of possibilities, but ultimately what you do is you end up dishonoring your heart. One of the big takeaways I want you to have from watching this video, and just all of my videos, by the way, watch all of my videos. Don't just stop with this one. Continue watching. And the takeaway here is you deserve so much better, first of all, than this kind of treatment. You deserve to be cherished. You deserve to have a man who leads you into your feminine. And takeaway number 2, don't tolerate it if you're not getting that. Don't tolerate this kind of mistreatment. It's so normalized in this depolarized society to use women as an emotional toilet. Like, that would be unthinkable to me at this point, to do that to my wife, because her job is to be taken care of by me. I'm supposed to be the one that is ensuring that she is taken care of, that she is feeling good, that if she has a problem, she's coming to me with it. I don't want to burden her with all of the stuff that I've got going on. My job as a man is to either deal with that myself, if I'm able to properly process it, or if for some reason I can't, which is basically never, but some men are not able to process it themselves because of where they are in their emotional development, then my job would be to go to a family, a father, an uncle, a brother, a friend, another male that I can share this stuff with and get masculine support. Women are not supposed to be this form of support for their man, for any man. They should be supporting their young children if they have a problem, but not with a grown man. It's supposed to be man is supporting woman. Woman is supporting children. Of course, the man should be supporting the children as well. But as the primary caregiver, it's typically going to be the woman. And we got it so backwards in our society. And if you are feeling drained because of this, that's normal. That's your instinct telling you like something's horribly wrong here. Do something else. Speak up, woman. Speak up and share what's going on. And that's ultimately what you have to do. Now, a man who starts to do this, just so you know, it's not necessarily a deal breaker, right? Like some women, you might be married to this kind of man. You might be in a long-term relationship with this man, or it might be like a third date with a man that you otherwise like, but he's starting to shift into this pattern. So do you just end it all right away? It's like, well, Zach told me on this video that this guy is more in his feminine and he's venting and treating me as an emotional toilet, so bye. I mean, it might come to that. It might come to that, but you should try to communicate what is coming up for you first, especially if you're in a marriage. You should do absolutely everything to turn things around before throwing in the towel in a marriage. I take that commitment extraordinarily seriously. But even in a less serious situation, there's still so much you can do. And he needs to know that this is a problem as well, right? If he's had other women who just sit there and take it, which I'm sure he has, because he doesn't have the insight in himself to stop doing what he's been doing, well, he's going to continue to do it. He's going to continue to do it with you, and he's going to do it with other women if you do end up leaving him. And so you've got to share what's coming up for you. And most importantly, not even about him, it's like you need to do this for yourself, because you're worthy of communicating your needs and feelings and sharing how this is emotionally impacting you. So first, you need to be willing to share. And second, you need to be willing to not continue tolerating that. Like, I use the phrase an emotional toilet for a reason. That's how badly he is treating you. He's not doing it on purpose, but he is using you. He's absolutely using you to dump his emotional stuff into you, just like he would use an actual toilet to dump his physical toxic stuff into the toilet. And that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Now, of course, just so you know, it is important to clarify here. You should be in this role with a man, like you should be in the role sharing your problems and all that stuff with a man and negative feelings and everything. But you need to do it in a specific way, right? If you just vent to a man, then you're treating him like an emotional toilet. And that's still pretty bad, right? It's not as bad as a man doing it to you, but it's still pretty bad. You need to learn how to communicate vulnerably and respectfully so that he's actually inspired to want to take care of you, and so that you're honoring him as a man, so that you're revering him as a man. That's not what this video is about, but I do other videos talking a lot about that. But for this topic, when you experience a man who is treating you in this unpleasant way, you must be honest. So first of all, get in touch with what the feeling is. When a man treats you that way, what feelings come up? My guess, based on speaking to many women about this, is probably some level of anxiety and some level of irritation, frustration, anger. Those are going to be the two biggest ones. You might have some compassion and all that kind of stuff mixed in there, which makes it more difficult for you to communicate what's actually going on. But we'll just start with the anger and the anxiety. Irritation, frustration, those are also kind of on the anger spectrum. So you need to share that with him. He needs to know that his behavior is emotionally impacting you in that negative way. And if he's a good man, if he wants to be more responsible, he's going to notice that, like, he's going to take that in and be like, oh, well, I don't want her to feel this way. And then he's going to stop doing it. Now, when you share that, you truly have to be in a vulnerable frequency. A lot of women struggle to be in a vulnerable frequency. But the more that you are tapped into that, the more he's going to really feel it and get it and want to shift from a place of true devotion. You deserve that. And if he's not able to give that to you, and especially if you've tried multiple times to communicate what's going on and he's not trying to shift, he doesn't respect you. He doesn't value you. He's there to use you, and that's it. Stop enabling it. It might feel more safe, more comfortable to be in that role of therapist rather than being the one that's opening up yourself. You have to shift out of that fear, move through that fear, move out of your comfort zone. You're supposed to be the vulnerable one. You're the one that's supposed to be opened up. You're the one that's supposed to be seen and cherished for what the man sees in you. And if you're afraid of doing that because you have low self-worth, because you don't really believe that all of the feelings and stuff that's in your heart is beautiful, you can shift that. That takes time. It takes repeated desensitization and learning how to feel all your shame and other negative feelings that come up, but you can absolutely shift that. And I want that for you. If you would like my help learning how to shift that, great. Continue watching these videos, number one. And if you want expert support from me and my team, then go below this video, open up the description, click on relationshipyourdreams.com, watch the video on that page that I've created for you, and then book a call with me. And then we'll talk all about what you're experiencing. You'll actually be held properly and cared for and seen when I speak with you. And then we'll find out if you would be the right fit for us to support you in creating the relationship of your dreams. And I would absolutely love that for you.